Not losing sight of SBI as well. The stock's been flitting between red and green ever since the numbers have come by. Obviously, the bottom line saw a big one-time gain on account of the stake sale that the company had made in Yes Bank, close to 4,600 crore rupees. We did have some of their provisional updates as well. But for further internals, we do have Gaurav joining in. Gaurav, we're awaiting the presentation, which will then have the slippage numbers, etc. But from the numbers that have come by so far, what has your reading been?
Well, as when we look at the numbers, there is a one-off impact, and that is the reason why we are seeing a huge jump in profit. But behind that, when we look at net interest income and PPOP, that is fairly in line with the street's expectations. So net interest income that came in at around 42,984 crores, which is around 3% up on a year-on-year basis, in line with the system expectation. In fact, a little over the street's expectation. When we look at other income, there we saw around flattish number on a year-on-year basis. And again, when we look at PPOP, which is pre-provisional operating profit, we saw the number which declined almost by 7% in line with the street's expectation. Now, when we go ahead, there is an exceptional item of around 4,593 crores. And remember, yes, the bank has also sold some stake in Jio Payment Bank as well. And that is the reason why we are seeing these exceptional gains. And as a result, when we look at profit, that increased almost by 10% on a year-on-year basis. Apart from that, advances growth, that is actually better. Advances growth came in at around 11% on a year-on-year basis. At the same time, deposit growth, that came in line with the system at around 9%. So definitely, on the numbers front, we are seeing some kind of beat in net interest income, but overall PPOP seems to be in line with the street's expectation, and advances growth, that was also above the street's expectation in this quarter so far.
All right, thanks a lot for joining in. We'll obviously let you do a little more of the reading out there and come back with some more updates as and when they are given to the exchanges. Slippage is something that we'll be tracking fairly closely. Alongside that, remember, SBI, the profit boost has come in on account of that one-time gain of nearly 4,600 crore rupees, which the company made on selling the stake that it had in Yes Bank. But the stock of the moment definitely has to be M&M. Strong margin performance. The stock continues to surge higher, now 2% higher as well on that counter. So let's get in Deven, Choksey. Deven, we do have two big nifty companies reporting their numbers. On the one hand, there is M&M, an operational beat out there. On the other, there is State Bank of India, where the operating numbers and the loan growth numbers are largely in line with estimates. But the bottom line, which again expected, was boosted by the stake sale that the company made in Yes Bank. On both those counters, what's your view? How are you reading these numbers, and what should the investment rationale be?
Yes, Mangalam, good afternoon. Well, I believe that SBI numbers in particular, is suggesting few things. One, all the operating parameters, the metrics as we look at it, including your NIM, including the non-performing assets related data, everything has come in line with the growth that the company has been targeting. So clearly, we are seeing the influence of a larger part of the retail part of the business lending that we are clearly seeing into these numbers, as I can read from these numbers. Maybe few details, and thereafter we'll be further confirming that aspect as well. So SBI is pretty much happily, on expected lines. The M&M, certainly expectation has been on a higher side. Also because of the fact that the kind of new model launches that they have done and the benefit that they have received, in form of the premiumization of this particular strategy of the model, rather, in each of the basic category of models as well, has actually started reflecting into the numbers. And these numbers are pretty smart. Maybe this particular season has also gone well for tractors. And as we see the numbers from tractors uptick, I guess the season is basically showing that the company has performed well. Maybe October onwards, you will be seeing slightly better numbers because of the festive numbers will get reflected in October. But otherwise also September numbers are looking quite smart for the company on the margin front. So both these companies, good numbers. Hope this continues for a few more quarters for M&M on a higher base with the new launch of vehicles that they are planning.
All right, we have some more details coming in from SBI as well. The PPT has been uploaded to the exchanges. We'll just try and, download that and get some more details from here as well. Ritu, meanwhile, has been sending some more details. Credit cost for the second quarter has been 0.39%. Slippage ratio for, the first half of this year has actually improved by 8 basis points. And what we get from slippages itself, it's coming at around 4871 crore rupees. So the slippages are 4871 crores, a lot better than what the street is expecting. And that caused a bigger flutter on the stock price on the way up than what was expected. What we'll do is actually read through all these numbers, give you an entire gist after this very, very short break. The slippage number, a lot better than what the street was anticipating.